first thing you want to do when you get to
Oh, my
Washington?
first thing, there's so many things. I mean,
the
one
first
of the
thing.
things that has really concerned me over the last few years is HR 1 and S1, which is the federal takeover of our elections. So they want to say that the federal government will decide what states do, which could undo all of our absentee ballot, our absentee and voter ID laws, because they don't want you to have ID to vote. They don't even necessarily care if you have citizenship to vote. So that does concern me for the future of our elections. That's one thing. But right now we're facing huge inflation. We've got to cut spending. We cannot keep spending like we are. And quite frankly, over the years, Republicans and Democrats have been responsible and on the hook for continuing to kick that can down the road and not controlling spending.
That won't be popular in the Senate.
It won't be popular among the people there in Washington, D.C., but it's better. It's really good for our people here in Indiana, and I'm happy to fight for that. Border security, we have to secure the border. We're not a sovereign nation without secure borders, and that's one thing that I hear the most. So when I'm on the campaign trail, I hear about inflation, I hear about gas prices and energy independence, I hear about election security and border security. So those will be among my top priorities when I get to Washington.
Good.
I have some concerns about the oil reserves and the way we're burning through that.
We should not be.
I understand that, but any chance that you might be able to address that issue?
I mean, I certainly will fight back against tapping into the reserves when we have oil and gas leases that the Biden administration stopped here.
Right.
We were spending $75 million a day sending oil and gas money for the leases in Russia.
Right.
We did finally stop that, but we have to get the Keystone Pipeline, up to speed, and we have to restore oil and gas leases here and drilling right here for our own resources. Under the Trump administration, we were energy independent for the first time in 2020 since the 1950s. And immediately after Biden took over, now we're no longer energy independent, and we are at the mercy of other countries where we don't want to be, and we have to stop that. Okay.